Huge shout out goes out to our current channel members. If you were interested in picking up a channel membership for as little as $1.99 a month, head over to my channel profile and hit the join button to view all of the available perks. Thanks! 2023 Ninjago leaves the doors open to an endless range of possibilities. I've said this before on the channel, which is exactly why today I wanted to discuss what could be the most dramatic change ever for Ninjago, if this was theoretically to ever actually happen. Now before we start, quick disclaimer, in this video I'm not saying this will actually be happening. This isn't going to be a video talking about the news that we've just found out this is going to be happening. This is just my own ideas and thoughts and theories regarding this topic, so it's kind of theoretical in that way. I'm just talking about the possibilities, so please just keep that in mind when watching the video. But with this being said, let's get started. Now then, over the years, Ninjago has kept a very similar animation style, with the only real exceptions to this being kind of changed and updated being the Oni trilogy animation and the Wild Brain animation. And then there is also a few other smaller cases where we've seen a few episodes in a 2D animation style with some Western 2D animation and some small anime-oriented episodes. Other than that though, Ninjago has kept a very similar animation style going all the way through, and overall, all things considered, it's been extremely consistent. That is one thing all Ninjago fans can definitely agree on. However, what if Ninjago in 2023 was to change this, along with this new series? Now, as is common knowledge already, we know that next year will not hold what we think is going to be Season 16. It's going to be a new series of sorts, but not a reboot. Well, what if Ninjago was to take a brand new direction with the show and was to give it a new animation style? For example, a 2D style that we've been seeing in a few episodes here and there. So think of it as kind of a blend of that and that of Monkey Kid's animation style. It would be completely 2D and would be the literal opposite of what we currently have going on now. Now, in terms of the pros for something like this, I think that it could make Ninjago more fluent, I guess, and could express itself much better. Now, what I mean by that, for example, here is the fight scenes. They could be improved a lot more. The characters for Ninjago could be more vivid and more kind of fluent, and I think it would make things a lot smoother than what we currently have. And at the same time, I think it could make it stand out a little bit more if they were to keep the same Lego style with the characters, but just have it in this Monkey Kid kind of style. I think it could work quite well, and for example, as I just said there, the fight scenes and just a lot of scenes in general, and also settings and just animation, could be improved on 10 times better than what we currently have. Now, of course, the animation for Ninjago currently is amazing. I've said that a lot before. The Wild Brain Animation Studio is literally perfect, in my opinion, for Ninjago. But at the same time, a full 2D style for Ninjago could honestly be a step up in some regards. However, I do think there is a slight downside to this, and that's the fact that it would kind of make Ninjago lose its image in a way, because when you think of Ninjago, you think of its fairly unique animation style. When you think of other Lego TV shows, which is basically just Monkey Kid at this point, they don't have this kind of animation style that Ninjago has. And the attention to detail that Wild Brain puts into Ninjago in pretty much every aspect right now is amazing, and it's part of Ninjago's identity, so making it a 2D animation style would kind of lose that in a way. Not to mention the community's reaction to this. If they were to take a 2D animation style and this was it for Ninjago forever at this point, the community would be so angry about this, and it would cause what I think could end up being the biggest amount of drama that the Ninjago community has ever faced, which doesn't really take away from the fact that the animation would still be pretty much amazing, but however, it would create so much drama and could honestly make so many fans want to leave and quit the show. The same thing happened for Season 8, and well, Ninjago did definitely lose quite a lot of viewership because of that, which, think of that as you will, but that's just kind of the facts there. And so having another dramatic change that's arguably even bigger than that of the Oni trilogy, I think it could be pretty disastrous for Ninjago in a way, and so I think keeping the original animation style that we currently have is probably the safest move they could go with. Just for example, if I was working behind the show, I think that if it was between keeping the same animation style and having this new 2D animation style, I think I'd want to keep the same one, for the fact that Ninjago could end up losing its identity in a way, and it could cause unnecessary loss in terms of viewership. However, that does not take away from the fact that I think a full season, at least, with this 2D animation style could be amazing, and it could be a really nice change for Ninjago to switch things up. As I said earlier, I think it would create more fluent and vivid fight scenes and just overall animation, and could make the characters more kind of abstract. However, there is also just one other downside to this that Monkey Kid has been facing recently, and that's the fact that this could get a little bit too much. And what I mean by that is that in Monkey Kid, for example, some of the scenes almost feel a bit too abstract and in your face, and having that in Ninjago really wouldn't be the best thing ever. As I keep saying in this video over again, the current animation for Ninjago is pretty much perfect. Wild Brain does a fantastic job, so switching to a more Monkey Kid-esque style could, well, do all of the things I've already mentioned, and almost make the scenes a bit worse in a way if they were to go over the top with the amount of colours and the amount of vibrant stuff going on in the scene. That's definitely another big downside to this, potentially, but regardless, I think the 2D animation style does sound like a pretty cool thing. Do I think it will happen? Probably not, but is it a really fun thing to speculate and theorise on? Yeah, definitely, and I think that's what we've done today in a fairly good way. So overall, yeah, it's a really good idea, and I would be down to see a season or two in this kind of style, but overall, I don't really think it's a positive thing for Ninjago going forward. But yeah, what do you guys think about this? Be sure to drop your thoughts down below in the comments, I would love to hear them. If you enjoyed this one, be sure to drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel for more very similar to this, and hit that notification bell so you guys can be the first to watch my new videos as soon as they do release every day. And I'll see you all in my next one, coming very, very soon. Goodbye.